with our leadership team here. And that starts with me. So let's get to work. What are the steps that we need to take in order to achieve our goals? There are 6 pillars of success for our union, and I want to talk about each of them today. The first pillar is building capacity in our job stewards through training and support. If there is one thing I can point to that I'm most proud about our union, it's the work that we have done in providing union education to our members, especially at our annual Job Steward Seminar. Those of you who have been to our Job Steward Seminar have seen how much preparation goes into this event. I'm sure many of you can speak to how invaluable that experience is and how it has given you a better understanding of not only your union or your workplace, but of what we are trying to do in the bigger picture in the labor movement or on the political or social side. But it's not just our Job Steward Seminar when this education takes place. Throughout the year, our staff and elected officials facilitate countless number of job steward training sessions. One of the things I've been so happy to see over this past term has been our Youth Action Committee stepping up to deliver Union 101 courses to get more people engaged in our union so they will want to take the next step to becoming a job steward or becoming elected as a councillor or board member. These young people are the future and the present of our union. And having them interested and engaged in active educational opportunities is an absolute must for our union if we are to continue to strive and to be the best that we can be. I've always found that our members and activists love the educational opportunities that we provide, and they always want more. That is why I believe this is the core of what we do. I truly believe it is our union's role to meet the demand our members have for education. When we have inquisitive minds who want to get more involved in our union and want to learn more about labor's role and why it has a positive impact for society, the worst thing we can do is turn them away and say, sorry, we have no time. Instead, we are trying to say yes. Please come and join us. We are doing great work, but we also can't rest on our laurels. We need to continue to revise our curriculum. We need to continue to train the trainers. We need to look at new and innovative ways to deliver these educational programs, especially for our members who may have a hard time traveling to where courses are normally held, or who may have family responsibilities that make it difficult to attend. This may mean delivering some training online and using webinar-style activities to make it more accessible. We need to support our trainers and give them the tools and training that they need to succeed. We need to invest in our future, and that investment starts with job stewards and the tools to train and support them. That's the first pillar, building capacity in our job stewards. The second pillar relates to our union's funds and the importance of continuing financial prudence. I just spoke now about our need to invest in our job stewards, and that is of foremost importance. What we also need to do, and what our members have entrusted in us as leadership team to do, is ensure that their dues are managed wisely. That means balancing between our desire to grow and expand with the need to make sure that our members are always supported and protected, especially in the event of a job dispute or a workplace problem. We, as a union, have to make sure that we adequately save and have a healthy defense fund, so we are ready to deal with any and all disputes. I'm proud to say that since I've become president, we have worked within the parameters set by the Secretary, Treasurer, and Executive Council, and we've spent $3 million less. Yes, you've heard that right. We've spent more than $3 million less than what was authorized by the Executive Council. We did that with both fiscal prudence, but also through strategic planning to find new solutions to spend our funds wisely and strategically. Which brings me to pillar number 3. Pillar 3 may not garner the most attention, but it might be one of the most important because it's really about trust and accountability. And that's referring to our governance structure and processes. It has come time where we need to open a consultation with our members about how our union is governed and see what, if anything, we need to change so that we can increase our members' confidence in our union structure and create better opportunities for member involvement in our union. It was a decade ago that we changed our governance to bring our executive councillors and job stewards together once every 3 years in this place, convention, to help guide us and set the tone for the next 3 years. Has that change been effective? Has that helped the rank and file members become more engaged with how our union is run? I believe that we've made a great deal of progress since we've made this change, but it would be remiss of me and of our whole union if we didn't strive to continue to build on that progress. We need to find other ways to open up the decision-making process for our union and continue to not only reduce the barriers to member engagement, but find ongoing solutions that engage members to work together to better all of our lives and strengthen our union. We are a democratic union. All voices should be heard. But there are some who feel like they are not always heard. We also have both a growing membership of new certifications, but also 40% of our membership across our union have 5 years or less of service. We need to renew our efforts to reach out and engage these newer voices. Which brings me to pillar 4, which is our diversity, referring specifically to our leadership and our staff. One of the things that our union has really improved over the last several years has been the diversity of staff and leadership in our union. In many ways, this is a reflection of our union's continually evolving demographic. That diversity is critical for our union to remain relevant to and representative of our members. I'm proud to say that around our governance tables and in our union office, we are seeing more diversity than we have ever seen before. And we need more, to put it bluntly. To steal a tagline from the Canadian Football League, diversity is our strength. The diverse people we've brought into our union, whether it's on the leadership side or the staff side, have infused our organization at the same time with people who've brought top-notch skills, experience, and abilities to serve our members even better. But we can't stop there. As our workplaces and our communities become more diverse, and as more opportunities open up with our union, we need to make a stronger effort to make sure that our union reflects our membership and our communities. We need to also demonstrate outwardly our support for diversity in the public realm. We have, are, and always will be an inclusive union that celebrates and embraces diversity. That will never, ever change, and I am proud to be part of a union in MoveUP that is inclusive and diverse. The next pillar, number 5, is about our work with government. We need to work with government to defend and promote our members' interests and the well-being of the communities that we live in. This one can sometimes be a sensitive one, because I understand that not all of our members are politically active, and some want us to steer clear of politics entirely. But we are involved. We will always be involved, and we're going to be unapologetic about it. Why? Because we recognize that government policy, whether it's at the federal, the provincial, or the local level, affects our working lives and our members and their communities. Not many people have an interest or have the time to understand how politics affects us or shapes their everyday lives. But it's our job to do that. That's part of our commitment to our members. And sometimes, some members may not understand why this is an important priority. And sometimes there are those who don't like what we say. That's bound to happen. But MoveUP is politically active, and we work for the best of our members at work, at home, and in the communities in which they live. That's why we have to be politically active. It's our job, and it's our commitment. whether we're working with a government that is friendly to our causes or one whose policies work against us. It is our work to improve and safeguard our members, their jobs, and the services they need in their communities. To give a recent example, we've spent years and years advocating at each level for public transit. It was only just a few weeks ago that all of that work finally paid off with an announcement funding some much needed transit projects in the Lower Mainland. But that's just a start. Other communities in BC, notably the Greater Victoria area, are also badly in need of transit investment. We need to continue our advocating to work to protect our members' jobs and communities. It's an ongoing thing. And finally, last but not least, pillar number 6. I need 2 hands for 6. Pillar number 6. And that may be the one without which we could not stand. And that's organizing. In order for our union to have continued success, we need to continue our push towards organizing more workplaces. Successfully organizing is tied to all of the other 5 pillars. Successfully organizing helps us further secure our union's strength and finances. Successfully organizing allows our organization to continue to be vibrant and grow, as opposed to being stagnant and shrinking. Our core belief is that all workers deserve a union. When we look historically at all the workers' rights that have been ushered in, many things that we take for granted today, like standard work hours or work weeks, overtime pay, benefits, we wouldn't have those things if it weren't for union activists that came before us and who fought for these rights. We're fortunate in this room because we have a union out there that looks after our interests. There are so many workers out there that don't have that protection and that security of knowing a union is there for them. At the same time, these people are being bombarded with anti-union rhetoric that comes from their employers, often large organizations with deep pockets that have a tremendous influence in the media. They've been conditioned to believe that unions are nuisances, that unions take away their rights and their money, and that unions take away their individual power. It's a very, very powerful rhetoric, and we need to fight back against it. All of this in this room and the labor movement across the globe, that's why we need organizing. We need these workers as much as they need us. I'm exceptionally proud of the work that our union has done to organize new members in workplaces, to bring to and educate these workplaces about the benefits of union membership. Bringing in new members also makes our union stronger for our existing members. When an employer chooses to take on one group of our members, our collective resources of other members helps us to fight off these attacks successfully. This show of solidarity has been most inspiring for me as president. Over the past few years, I've seen so many members showing their solidarity. I think back to situations that I've been involved in and watched the members at PCA Emergency Road Services and BC Nurses Union standing up for their employers, and the support that our members have provided one another, not to mention the support we've also received from other unions. I also think about disputes in which our members have been asked to respect the picket lines of other unions. Examples that come to mind are our members at Southern Rail respecting QP picket lines, our members at Fortis BC respecting IBEW picket lines for almost a year, Capilano University members respecting Faculty Association picket lines, and members across our union who have walked off the job to support BC teachers in their struggle to protect our kids' education. Currently, our members working as surveillance officers at Cascades Casino in Penticton, respecting the BCGU picket line that is now dragged on since the beginning of summer. Even now, we're seeing many of our members, especially younger ones, help support members at other workplaces in their dealings with their employers when it comes to fighting for things such as a living wage or retirement security. And in the words of J.S. Woodsworth, the first leader of the Cooperative Commonwealth Federation, the party that would eventually become the NDP, what we desire for ourselves, we wish for all. The more people that have stable, good-paying jobs in our communities means a thriving local economy and a stable place to call home. Our neighbor's success is our success as a community. And as for us at MoveUP, More members equals more strength. We need to continue to grow our membership. First and foremost, that is the most important goal of our union. Like we say in our convention slogan, working together, every voice makes us strong. There can be no truer words. I am proud to belong to MoveUP, and I'm proud of the work that we're doing together. When our members chose to re-elect me back to this role, it provided me a mandate to move our union forward and to take the steps that we need as an organization to survive and to thrive. That is not a responsibility to take lightly, but it's an important job, and I'm here to see it through. That mandate is to strengthen those 6 pillars that I spoke of. Building capacity in our job stewards, continued financial prudence, maintaining our members' confidence by being open about our governance structures and processes, encouraging and embracing diversity, work with government, and organize. This is why you've invested your trust in me to deliver on these goals. This is why you've elected this leadership team, to ensure these pillars remain solid and continue to strengthen. Because working together, we can achieve this. Working together, every voice makes us strong. Over the next 3 years, we're going to make MoveUP even stronger. We have some hard work ahead of us, but I'm excited by the challenge working together. We will succeed. So what are we waiting for? Let's get it started.